everyone! So today I'm going to be doing my second video in my college advice series, and this one is the application process, how to apply to colleges, what to expect, just some things that I think will help you along the way. So I hope you guys are excited for this. This was really requested on my first college advice video, which is what to bring. If you guys haven't seen it, I will link it down below so you guys can check it out. I have a bunch of videos planned for this series, mostly based off of your guys' requests in the comments. So if you guys want to keep requesting videos for this series, please let me know and thumbs up each other's in the comments below so I know which ones are the most requested, I guess. So I just do want to quickly excuse the background setting right now. It is extremely messy. I just got back from my cabin, so I have not unpacked, and my bed is just like not made and everything. So I am so sorry, but I just didn't want to take the time to unpack everything and make stuff nice. But that aside, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and let's get into it. So just like my first college advice video, I'm reading off of a list just because I wanted to make sure I hit every point and don't forget something. So the first thing that I have is really helpful that I did, and that was to make a list of non-negotiables, basically things that you really want in a college and you're not willing to not have them. And it's really going to help you when beginning your college search, I guess, process. So for example, for me, some things that I had on my list that I really wanted to have in a college is, first of all, having a football team. And I know it seems kind of weird, but some colleges don't have football teams, and coming from a big high school and a really good football team school, I guess, in my state, I really wanted that spirit going on into college, I guess. So I really wanted that. Second thing, I really wanted a school with Greek life. I really wanted to join a sorority, and so some colleges don't have that as well. So make sure that you, if that's something that you're interested in, make sure that you see if your colleges have that. The next thing is I wanted a fairly big school because I went from the biggest high school in my state, and I wanted kind of a really big school atmosphere just because, I don't know, I'm used to that and I really like it, and I'm not willing to go to a smaller school after experiencing that all my life. And then the last thing is I really wanted a Big Ten school, basically because of the big football team. Like, football is just huge in the Big Ten schools, and then also they have really good opportunities such as studying abroad with the other like colleges in the Big Ten school, I guess. So let's say I wanted to go like study abroad in Italy, but my school didn't have that, but another Big Ten school had that. You can usually go with the other group from the other Big Ten school. So that was just something that I thought was really cool and I wanted to have as well. So make sure that you have a list of stuff that you really care about, that you want to have in a college, and that's going to make your search a whole lot easier when you begin. So once you have your list of things that you really want in a college, then you can begin your search. So I suggest getting these big books from your bookstore. You can get them and they have like all of the colleges, universities, and you can see, you know, they have like demographics, they have what their ACT, SAT median scores are, and just certain things about each school, so you can really help narrow your search that way. Also, what's really helpful is looking online. Do not judge a college based off of their online website, because I found that a lot of colleges have really poorly done websites and it just kind of turned me off from them. But then I went to visit them in person and I was like, this does not even seem like the same school. Like, it doesn't do it justice, so do not do that. But looking online, you know, seeing, you can search like, you know, some of your wants, and maybe some colleges will pop up and you can look at them, but just don't judge like the pictures and the website layout, I guess, based off the college, because that's usually not quite accurate. Keep in mind, it is a huge decision. It's a long process. It's not going to take, you know, just like a week for most people. Some people know what colleges they want when they're younger, and that's totally fine, but I still suggest, you know, looking at other colleges just in case, and just keep in mind that it is a process, so you're going to want to start ahead of time so you're not as stressed out. And the next thing is, don't forget to look at other important factors such as distance from home. Maybe you want to just stay in your state, so that will help you narrow your search. Maybe you want to broaden your horizons and go out of state. Also keep in mind how far away you want to go, because sometimes, you know, for me, I'm from Minnesota, and I looked at a school in Arizona and it seemed really pool at the time, and I was like, oh, it's fine. I mean, it's far, but like whatever. It's actually really far away, and if you think about it, I wouldn't have been able to come home as often as I did because I go to school in Nebraska, and that's only like 6-7 hours away by drive, 45-minute plane ride. So keep in mind, driving wise and flying wise, because flights are not the cheapest, and if you're going to be driving all the time, then keep in mind the distance of how far that's actually going to be, if that's something that's important to you. If you like to come home on like 4-day weekends, if you live too far away, you're not really going to be able to do that. So just keep that in. The next factor is tuition prices. This can be a really big factor for most people, and also keep in mind that there are scholarships available. So once you have narrowed your search to colleges, be on the lookout for scholarships that are available. You can talk to your school counselor. That's a really big resource guide that I found really helpful. I was talking to my counselor about that, and that's definitely going to help diminish the price if that is something that's going to be a big issue. The next thing is, like I mentioned, keep a lookout on the ACT and SAT median scores for each college, because you may think that a school is perfect again, but then you realize that maybe your scores do not meet the requirements, and you don't want to be set on a school before you realize that, because that would be devastating. But with that being said, do not get discouraged, and don't not apply to a school just because your scores on your SAT or ACT may not meet the median requirements. Just because that may be the case does not mean that you're not going to get into that school, because schools look at a variety of things and not just your ACT and SAT scores. So other really important things to keep in mind is your GPA, something they're really going to look at. They're also going to look at your involvement with high school. Did you do sports? Were you involved in art club, yearbook, that kind of stuff? The next thing is, were you involved with, did you have a job? Did you volunteer? And also your class selections. Did you challenge yourself and take some college credits, or did you take really easy slacker classes? Stuff like that is things that colleges are going to look at as well. Also, when applying to colleges, something that my counselor told me and I thought was really helpful is to apply to 1 or 2 colleges that you know you're going to get into, so you kind of have that backup plan. 1 or 2 colleges that you may or may not get into. Maybe your ACT, SAT scores are right in the middle, 1 below, 1 higher, something like that. So like, you're not really sure, but you'll probably get in, but it's kind of up in the air. And then 1 or 2 colleges that are kind of a stretch for you. So maybe your ACT, SAT scores are quite a bit lower, or you don't meet all of their requirements for like GPA and stuff like that. And that way you'll have a nice range of options of schools that you apply to, not just safe schools and not just really hard to reach schools. You just have a nice pool of options. Another important thing to keep in mind is look at the deadlines ahead of time. Once you have a list of colleges that you're looking at, make a calendar, write down the deadlines for when you can admit, I guess, because some colleges require essays, some don't. Some are really quick and online, literally take 5 minutes, and some you have to write a paper about and stuff, so it's gonna take a while. Also, if you're applying to a certain school, such as like if you're applying as an art major, you're gonna have to get that portfolio ready, so just keep things in mind before applying. Otherwise, these deadlines can approach really quickly, and with school being in effect, if you're doing this while you're in like your senior year or something, it can be really stressful because senior year is a difficult year. So also keep that in mind. Starting early is definitely going to make the stress relieved quite a bit. Starting in the summer before your senior year, start looking at colleges, start having something in mind is really going to help ease that tension during the school year, so you don't have to apply and think about it all while you're doing your homework and stuff like that. And finally, just relax, take a deep breath. I know it is a stressful time. I'm not about to say that it, with all of these things, it's gonna be completely unstressful for you, because it is a really hard time and you just can't really get around that. Everyone has to go through it. But just take a deep breath and just realize that you will find the perfect university or college for you. And just really don't get discouraged if you end up not being admitted into your top choice, because you may find that you will love the school that you go to. And I mean, if all else fails, you can transfer, after a semester or something. But just really give the school a try, because you may absolutely love it and make the best friends that you'll ever have. So those are my tips for applying to college. I hope this helped you guys and helped ease the nerves a little bit if you guys are just completely, you know, don't know what to do, how to begin the process. I hope this really helps you guys. I had an older sister, so it definitely helped that I had her to kind of look for as a guide when it comes to that, but some of us do not have that, so I am your older sister and I'm here to help. So I hope this helped you guys. If you guys have any other questions, any other requests for this series, then please let me know in the comments below and I will for sure do that for you guys. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!